Imagine making the heaviest decision of your life, like prosecuting your own father and being 100% certain that it is the right thing to do. Well, now I want you to imagine that a random barefoot guy comes up to you, asks you, why is it the right thing? And within few moments, completely shatters your reality. It actually happened to a guy called Euthyphro, and it is often described as the Euthyphro dilemma. And the scariest part, after I read this book last weekend, I realized most of the people I know are caught in it. And sometimes, to be very honest, I'm also caught in it. I was traveling last weekend and I randomly picked up this book called The Last Days of Socrates by Plato. I don't know anything about philosophy. I just picked this book up randomly because I thought that the cover page looked good and the title sounded pretty cool. And I finished it by the time I reached my destination, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it since. So, this is me trying to figure out why, and this is the first part of a four-part series where I deal with how Socrates just completely flips the way you look at your own life. The first part is based on a dialogue called Euthyphro. It is a short, tense conversation between Socrates and Euthyphro right outside the courthouse of Athens at around 399 BC. Socrates is there basically because he's been cancelled by the state. He's facing charges for corrupting the youth with his ideas and he is facing trial for his life. While he's waiting, he runs into Euthyphro, who's there prosecuting his father for the accidental death of his sword. Euthyphro's entire family thinks he's insane, but he's completely unbothered. He has this unshakable moral certainty that he's doing the right thing. Socrates, being Socrates, he doesn't judge him, but he asks him a simple question. You seem incredibly sure of yourself. So tell me, what actually makes an action right? Here's what follows that simply late question. Euthyphro gives an answer that sounds reasonable at first. Doing the right thing means what he's doing right now. That is, prosecuting wrongdoing, no matter who it is. Socrates disagrees. He says that it is just an example of the right thing. But what is the blueprint of this? What is the actual quality that makes a good thing good? So Euthyphro tries again. He says that doing the right thing is what pleases the god. Socrates just smiles and says, okay, but the gods in our stories fight and disagree constantly. What pleases one god might piss off another one. So, what actually happens? Euthyphro adjusts his answer a bit. He said, fine, whatever all gods agree on. And right here, Socrates drops a question that has broken the brains of thinkers for 2400 years. Is something good because the gods love it, or gods love it because it is already something good? Let's translate this out of ancient Greek. I'll simply put it this way. He asks, is it good because an authoritative figure or a rule book or a society says that it is? Or is there an independent truth to it, to what's right, and the authority is just repeating it? If a dictator or an algorithm changes the rules suddenly, then what was once bad becomes good just because they said so. But if it's good independently, then the authoritative figure isn't the source of it at all, which means you actually don't need them to find it. Euthyphro has no idea what to do. He gets visibly frustrated, makes an excuse, and just leaves. That's it. That's it. That's the end of the dialogue. That's the end of Euthyphro. What do we make out of it? What is your perspective on it? The story just ends there. No resolutions, just a dialogue for you to think about it. Here's what I thought about it. We all walk around exactly like Euthyphro. We are so confident in our choices, our lifestyles, our opinions, and the way we treat people that if someone actually stops us and asks us why, do we actually know? Or have we never just been asked about it? Euthyphro wasn't an idiot. He was a literal religious expert. And he had been studying about this stuff for his entire life. But he couldn't survive simple three basic questions. Think about how often we use this Euthyphro logic. Like, let's say at workplace, when someone says that we have to do this because it's company policy, or on social media, we instantly agree that someone is a bad person just because our entire timeline says so. Most of us go our entire lives without having that Socrates moment. Nobody stops us on the street and asks us that makes us think about the foundation of what we believe in. We just inherit our environment's ideas, we just copy paste, and we all call it our personality. This book is that moment. Once you see the trap, you start asking questions yourself. Euthyphro got to run away because his confidence was completely shattered. The certainty was gone. Socrates didn't get to do that. He was walking into the same courthouse that Euthyphro had just exited, trialing for his life. He was about to stand in front of the jury with 500 angry citizens asking the same exact questions. That's what we are looking at into the next one, and it's called The Apology, and it's the story about how he would rather die than stop questioning the world around him. I guess this is it for now. I'll see you in the next one.